I'm astrologer and life coach Penny Dix. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome back if you're one of my regular visitors here. But if this is your first visit, a very big welcome to you. And I'd love it if you'd subscribe. So today I'm bringing you one of my short heads up videos. And the subject for today is about our lovely planet of love, self-worth, money and relationship, Venus. And Venus today is making a lovely harmonious trine aspect to Chiron, our wounded healer. In fact, there's actually some very interesting energy today. So I'm going to go into some of the other aspects as well on our event chart. But today is the 29th of June, and what you need to know is that this energy will probably have been around for a day or so already and will continue to be around for a little bit longer, probably leading up to the full moon on Monday, July the 3rd. So let's look at this energy, because both Venus and Mars currently are in Leo. And as you're probably aware, Venus is going to be going retrograde later this month. And I'm going to do a separate video all about Venus's retrograde period, what we can expect with Venus in the sign of Leo. So these two planets, before we come to the trine to Chiron, Venus and Mars are quite literally the masculine and the feminine energies. So it really is quite exciting when we get them kind of up close and personal, and especially in a passionate and fiery sign like Leo. And Leo is so creative. So you've got this wonderful kind of passionate energy, this wonderful surge of creativity as these two inner planets get quite close. The interesting thing is that Mars, of course, in this instance, is moving quite fast, moving more swiftly than Venus. So Mars is going to pull away from Venus. So it's interesting if we think about the symbol of this, or the symbolism of this, because Venus is going to follow Mars, but it's almost like she's saying, that's okay, another time, another day. I have things to do here. I have my beauty side to attend to. I have my hair to attend to. And actually, I'm feeling pretty cool about myself. And at the moment, I'm just good. I'm good on my own, thanks, Mars. So Mars goes, okay, well, I'll just carry on going then. And ultimately, he moves into Virgo, which is not that far off. Now, both these planets today are conjunct that interesting energy, dark moon Lilith. Now, I do find that, actually, Venus and Lilith are exactly conjunct, bar a few minutes. So this is really quite interesting energy. But how is it interesting? And why am I excited? As I said, we've got Venus, Mars in Leo. This is about creativity. This would be a wonderful opportunity if it was in the right part of your chart. If you wanted to actually try for a family, to try for a baby, what brilliant energy to do that. Because there's something about this energy that would kind of guarantee conception. So the conception of babies, but the conception of ideas as well. The manifestation of dreams, which have been up to now in the imagination, being creatively kind of generated. But Lilith brings in that lovely, raunchy, dark energy of dealing with the shadow. So Lilith is saying, remember, Venus has this wonderful persona of love, relationship, of self-worth. But what is the dark side of Venus? Now that's an interesting thought, isn't it? Because everything has a yin and a yang. Everything has a light and a dark. So this may in some ways be doubting one's self-worth or one's value, doubting one's appeal to others, doubting one's appeal to the masculine. But remember, all of us are made up of masculine and feminine elements in our psyche. So this can also be for the male psyche that the feminine is somehow getting squashed or not coming out. And it's almost like this Lilith energy is coming in and saying, come on, Venus, do something a little bit kind of raunchy. Get yourself noticed. A little bit of tough energy. A little bit of, just show the neckline a little bit more. So I'm talking in metaphor. But this is about how we attract what's meant to be in our lives to us. So let's look at the actual aspects of today, the 29th, because Venus is trining Chiron. Mars has already trined Chiron. And of course, Lilith too is trining Chiron. Chiron in Aries, our asteroid of our inner wounds, of the parts of us that need healing, of the parts of us that really we don't always want others to know about or to see, our inner wounds. Venus trining this aspect is like bringing in the healing and the self-worth that Chiron aspect of us can take away. So there is something very healing about this energy, and well-balanced healing because of the conjunction with Venus and Mars. Lilith there just stirs this energy up and says, hey guys, come on, let's not keep this too cerebral. Let's actually get into the physical body, because this is who we are. We are physical beings having a spiritual, or rather we are spiritual beings having a physical experience. But I think this aspect is saying, let's make the most of this physical experience. And let's heal those inner wounds that are so damaging. Because for us to have that kind of unification within of the masculine and the feminine, we need to look at all our wounds in the open and see how we can address them and do that inner healing. But there's some other interesting aspects today, because the sun in Cancer is also making a nice trine to Saturn, our big outer boy Saturn, our planet of boundaries, containment, restriction, that of course is newly retrograde in in Pisces. And so the sun trine Saturn is bringing in some lovely kind of healthy energy, maternal nurturing energy. This is a really good sense again of the masculine and the feminine, because you have the sun's energy, which, let's think of it in Cancer. I always think of Cancer as feminine energy. The sun, I think we can think of sometimes as both masculine and feminine. We can get a little bit in a bit of a mess when we get into all these who's what and what's what. And there are a lot of astrologers that try not to get caught in the rabbit hole I'm currently going down, which is what sex are the planets, or what is their orientation. And Saturn, interestingly, can represent the mother as much as Saturn can represent the father, depending which system you're looking at and how you're looking at the planet Saturn. So it gets a little bit confusing. But in this instance, I think we still have this sense of the sun being feminine. Let's see the sun in her goddess image, trining Saturn, the masculine. And there, in the event chart, it's from the 11th house to the 7th house. There's something really beneficial here about relationships. So the whole theme of today feels as if it's a culmination of something that's been happening behind the scenes, growing and developing to do with significant relationships in your life. The Chiron aspect says if there are situations where there have been crosswords, if there have been just misunderstandings and general kind of confusion, clear the air. Use Saturn's kind of coolness to come in and allow that Chiron healing energy to come in. Mercury, our planet of communication, is coming up and nearly conjunct the sun in Cancer. And they actually figure in the full moon of the 3rd of July. So we're also getting into that full moon energy already. The moon today is in Scorpio and is actually trining Saturn, interestingly, and trining the sun. And so we have, in a sense, a grand trine, a grand water trine, but not of, we have, it's a water trine and not an elemental trine in the sense of cardinal fixed or mutable, because both, we have a mixture, because Scorpio, of course, fixed, Pisces, mutable, Cancer, cardinal. So just interesting. The other thing I want to mention is that Uranus in this chart is conjunct the midheaven. Uranus, my big outer boy of shocks, surprises, the unexpected. What else can we expect today? Because Uranus is actually squaring both Venus and Mars and Lilith. I think shocking information will come to light. And it's about, it's somewhere it's connected with ego because it's Leo. Is this about a leader? Is this about a world leader? Is there something shocking that comes to light? So we will have to sort of be mindful of that particular energy. The other super interesting thing is the actual kind of pattern of the angles. We have this trine effect, this big grand trine. And then we have another trine from Saturn to Jupiter. Oh, sorry, it's a sextile. So we have a sextile from Saturn to Jupiter. And also the sun makes a sextile to Jupiter, bringing in the energy of this planet of opportunity and luck. Whatever leaves our lives at the moment is good, is for the best, because these angles are making a kite formation. This is like something is ready to be let loose. Something is ready to fly in the wind. Something is ready to be let go of, which works nicely as we build up towards that full moon energy on Monday. So that's all I want to say for today. There's going to be another short heads up tomorrow because Neptune goes retrograde. So I'm going to do a separate short heads up about that. And in the meantime, thank you so much for joining me. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.